Welcome to Booze and Ballin', Fantasy Football Shaken.
Not stirred.
Yeah, here there was no pop there.
This fucking twisty shit.
This twisty shit. Oh my god.
No
So,
court. No court.
so tonight's inspiration comes in the form of Evan Williams bottled in bond.
It was only a matter of time.
$17.99 where we're at, $19.07 with tax. This is a Dustin request.
Yep.
Not specific like bottle, but
No, not a specific
reason.
bottle. No,
Reason.
the reasoning here is I need to find out if it's worth spending $80, $90, $100 a bottle. Or can you get away with spending $19.99?
like you
Let's
want to
find out.
see like is value legit.
I don't know if I've ever had a bourbon that was less than $20, so why not now?
Yeah, I mean, I have. This is like this type of stuff that you would get early on and you would mix. Like it wasn't like a get it on the rocks type of bourbon. So
Get it on the rocks.
so everyone is bottled and bond. It is 100 proof. It is
Wait. Back up.
Yeah.
Bottled and bonded?
bottled in bond.
Oh, in bond.
Yeah.
What the hell does that mean?
So I guess at some point it's like with the whole Consumer Protection Act. It was like in the late 1800s, like 1897, 6, something like that. But it was an act in order to, it was in order. So it created a whole bunch of rules. It had to be It had to be distilled in a single distillery
Uh-huh.
for a single season. Had to be
Okay.
aged for a minimum of 4 years in a federally bonded facility, and then you have to describe it. You have to tell on the label
Is
the
that some prohibition shit
information.
or something? Like, what the fuck's
I
that
guess
about?
so. I don't know. Back in the day, so the whole bottle and bond thing is just the fact it's like location. So it's not moved around. It's not in different distilleries. It's it's basically creating rules to. God, I really don't. I don't think it creates a different taste. I think it's just a name for most part. But we're starting
Yeah.
out. This is our first bottle and bond on the show for less than $20, and I'm nervous.
I know it's it didn't smell great opening up the bottle.
I
can tell you
haven't
that
seen.
much.
I haven't. Now this is all over TikTok, and people say that this is Daily Drinker best bargain. Wow, best
Bargain-
bargain.
Bargain
Bourbon.
bourbon? Bourbon
Holy
bargain?
crap! Yeah, so I'm a little bit also nervous as to like what this is really gonna do. So I'm gonna open it and smell it with you, but
Okay, well, let's do this. Yeah, there's really a twisty. This is our first twist bottle for sure.
I love twist lids and throwing them, but I'm gonna try it first a little neat because I'm weird like that. But it doesn't. You know what? I was actually expecting after your reaction, I was expecting it to smell worse than it actually does. But I can tell you do not love this.
No, I don't know. Kind of smells like my grandfather's basement.
Never been there, so I can't. I have no idea how to reference this, but I've never been there. All right.
It's like a mix between Gothica and Teletubbies.
That is
It's kind of fucked up. if you
that is
really think
definitely
about
more
what
harsh
just
than I was
said.
hoping it would be. Okay,
I don't
all
want
right.
to taste it.
Let's do this. Well, I'll taste it real quick, and then we can get
Look
on
how
to
much
your
I
favorite.
poured too. This was not a good idea.
I think on ice is going to calm it down. I definitely get a wood type of flavor to it, but it's not bad. I think I just echoed in your earphones
More than likely, you probably echoed there.
because I went high pitch and loud. I'm sorry about that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll get back to that.
All right, so let's get to your favorite hashtag.
I don't know about that one. My favorite hashtag, besides Tuck Your Nuts, is Fuck Thursday Night Football. But
Hashtag FTNF.
this may have been the best Thursday night game I think I've ever witnessed. It's pretty damn close.
And then it went to overtime.
I didn't see that part because I was already passed out, because that's why I hate Thursday Night Football to begin with.
It was a pretty good game through and through, to be honest with you.
I was entertained.
And I guaranteed nobody started Darnell Mooney.
I really wanted to pick him up, but I forgot Thursday night games. They get me every time.
He went. If you happen to luckily start him for any reason, you are a happy person. Right now.
There may be some people out there that had to. I wouldn't have gotten mad. It's a good spot start with Tampa's run defense being as good as it is these days.
In a
Bijan
16
struggled.
in a 14 or 16 team league, yeah,
Oh,
you're probably
absolutely.
right.
In a 12-man league, I could see him getting a flex consideration from somebody who's got like Devontae Adams, Raji Rice, like I do on my family league.
He might be playable.
You
Another
might be
person,
thinking about it.
and then how about Kirky? You like that Cousins?
Fucking Big Kirko.
Dude, oh God. I played against him, so it hurts. Like
Whoa,
what he did hurts.
Somebody started him against you?
Somebody started him against me in a 12-team league, and I woke up. I'm not woke up, but I watched the game, and I looked, and I was like, I'm not even looking at my points. Then I went to bed, and then I woke up and I looked, and he had 54 fantasy points. Like, what? Who starts Kirk Cousins? I actually have to go back and look and see who's on his bench because it doesn't make any sense to me. But if you started Kirk Cousins, you are very happy. If you played against him,
You are pissed.
hashtag FTNF.
Yeah, because you went to bed probably at halftime thinking, he's doing good, but like he's not like
He'll get
lighting
you
the world on
28.
fire. Yeah, maybe
Like-
30 if he throws another touchdown.
Well, because a lot of leagues offer a
Wake
bonus.
up to 50, 500 yards. Pulled a fucking Roethlisberger on you. Actually, a cool fact about Kirk Cousins is I think he's one of the
Fun
first
fact.
quarterbacks ever, or if not the only quarterback to throw for over 400 yards, and I want to say 3 touchdowns with 3 different teams.
Over 400 yards and 3 touchdowns
I think that was the stat. Yes,
on
if I
3,
remember.
like just
On
once.
3 different on 3 different teams. Yes, correct.
So just for one game on 3 different teams, not like it's not
Correct.
a season thing.
Yes, it's not a season. Well, I guess it could be.
I guess it could be, but that'd be a bad season. Like there's backups that have done that on like 17 teams,
Oh yeah. No, I see what you mean.
like Andy Dalton.
Talking like the whole season yardage and totals and stuff.
Fitzmagic might have the record for that. Other than
An
that,
interesting
I
thing.
really can't complain. Even if they didn't like really perform, like Godwin had a low week, Bucky Irvin
Yeah.
and Raji Rice are basically not Rashid White.
There you go.
They're basically they're split in time right now, so they
Right.
both got you like depending on your league 10 to 14 points. So they're serviceable, so you can't be like mad like they didn't dudge you. So I think
No, but with all
everybody
them
who,
points, you were wishing for more. That's for sure.
you were, but everybody who started somebody that on Thursday night
You're not
goes to
yeah,
bed and
you're
they're like,
not-
I got some points.
Yeah, you're not pissed.
No.
At the end of the day, you still have a chance to win, or you're smoking whoever you're playing against right now.
Oh, imagine if you started Mooney and Cousins. I'd love to know the statistics on if people have actually done that.
I bet you there's a few out there.
Well, speaking of starting, do you want to rattle through some starts? Wanna
Yeah,
get to
fuck
that
it.
point in our show.
Let's get to it. Yeah, let's do it.
All right. I'll go first, and it's a weird start because I'm like worried about it, but I'm starting Ramondre Stevenson.
Okay.
I
Okay.
have a lot of him because of my 0 running back
Yeah,
strategy.
Yeah, that hurt. Yeah, that's like
But I think he's the whole coach talking about starting Antonio Gibson because of the fumbling. But what's funny is Antonio Gibson has one of the worst fumble histories of
I was
any
gonna say,
active
he's-
running back.
pretty sure he fumbled like earlier this year, like one of his first touches.
So I don't think they're actually going to do that. So I think it's a good bounce back game against the Dolphins because the Dolphins have been giving up a lot of points to running backs. It's like
Yep.
it's a get right week for Ramondre Stevenson. So I'm nervous, but I'm pretty confident starting him.
You have to be nervous just because he's been god awful the last couple weeks with the fumbles, especially.
God-awful.
But I do like the bounce back. I think that him talking about Antonio Gibson, the coach being him, I think that's
Mhm.
more of a set the fire underneath of his ass
Like-
and try and get him going a little bit.
Yeah, basically saying if you don't do it this week, then next
Then
week.
we're maybe gonna start, but we already paid you, so we don't have a choice but to give you the ball. So, we'll see.
All right, give me a person you like this week. If you need any matchup information, I got it at my fingertips.
I like Chris Olave this week. I know that Chiefs defense has been crazy, but if you're thinking about benching him, I do like him. I have a
I do
decision
too,
between
actually.
him and Marvin Harrison Jr., who I also like this week. So I'm going to give you two. Couple of guys that you might not consider starting this week,
You're
just
saying
because
Marvin
they're
Harrison Jr. is starting too?
yes, yeah, I like both of
Which
those
I
guys
get
this
too.
week, just because they're in a little bit tougher matchups. But I think these teams might be playing from behind. They might get you a couple of garbage targets, which are always fun down that fourth quarter. So I think they're still going to get you in that 15-point range, even though they might have a tougher matchup this week.
I like it too. I was kind of torn on Olave, but I had kind of had Shaheed as a sit. I figured
Yeah,
that Olave was going to have a bigger game than Shaheed, so
agreed.
I like it. And I don't know where the Chiefs are going to be at. So, I mean,
Yeah,
obviously they have a good defense, but I think Olave has got better. Olave is going to have a better game because the Chiefs will stop Shaheed's big plays easier. So
agreed.
Olave's going to get the targets and get, I think, just the hard work yards.
That, and I feel like we talk about Chris Olave a lot. We might as well keep it going.
And yeah, you and I both like him. He's a little disappointing this year, but we
Yeah,
both
but he
like him.
still doesn't get the target share. We're waiting for Derek Carr to stop trying to be Patrick Mahomes and just start feeding his
Well,
dude.
that's because he came out the first 2 weeks on fire.
Yes, right. That's a good point.
My second start, another running back, Swift. And I didn't love him
Mm.
the first 2-3 weeks, but coming off a big game, they got Carolina. I think he is. I think he's in for another big week against Carolina.
Yeah, that game's going to be
They give
weird.
up
It's either going to
points.
be a massive shootout, and it's going to be Caleb Williams just saying, "Hey, you should have probably went for me instead of Bryce Young." But I don't know. We'll see. I think that game could fall on its face and be like 7-3 by the end of it. So I'm not sure how I feel about that yet.
All right. So if I might, so you're saying there's a chance I'm gonna have to apologize to Swift after this show.
For Swift, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I
Yeah,
don't know
like
though.
I was
The running
wrong.
game against Carolina, he should do well, especially like you said after coming off a good game. So he
Side
should be
note,
there.
we did very well. We said that in Tuesday's recap, but we did do very well with our sit starts last week.
So far, so good. I mean, we might be off to a rough start this week.
I don't know.
Stevenson,
I like a little bit of.
Olave.
I like.
What the hell are we doing?
I really feel good about Stevenson. Like it might
I do
slap me
too.
in the
I do
nuts,
too.
but I really feel good about him this week.
Yeah, it's a good one to say too because people are probably definitely thinking about benching him this week.
So I'm between him and Chase Brown, who I like. Chase Brown, I might actually start him too because when we get to my sits, you'll hear why. But I don't know. I like Stevenson.
I don't. Yeah, Chase Brown could be sneaky just because they might fall behind a Buffalo, or not Buffalo, but Baltimore. But we'll see on that one too. That game could go either way. This whole season's gone either way. I fucking have no idea what's going on anymore.
Give me a start after, and you got to send. Give me a start after.
Oh
You said
man,
Olave, and I said
went.
Swift. So give me a start
Yeah,
after that.
I went with Harrison Jr. I gave it to you
Oh, that was
prematurely.
your second one. Okay,
Yeah,
I forgot about him for a split second.
trying to think off the top of my head. I'm not a huge Green Bay guy this week, but that's more of a sit. So I was gonna go with one of those guys again, but nah. I'm gonna say you
I'm
go
fine
first.
with it.
You go ahead.
All right, fine. I'm going receiver because I think he just got cleared off injury. Is
Uh-huh.
Wendell Robinson?
Okay.
I mean, with Neighbors not playing, he's going to get even more targets. And I get it. The Seahawks defense isn't a slouch,
Hmm.
but he could get 15 targets this week.
Yeah, he most
Because
definitely could.
Singletary's banged up, I think, and
Yeah.
I don't like him anyway.
Yeah, I'm not a
But
huge fan.
without Neighbors, he could get 15 targets this week, even if he catches 8 of them. That's still
It goes
8
for-
fantasy points.
Just
in a
off of the
PPR.
catches. Yeah, he might get 15 targets this week, just in them trying to run the ball. With no Singletary, no Neighbors, how else are they going to move the ball without Wandale Robinson?
It's going to be him. And like you texted me, and like it's funny, I didn't really look at it before, but he is a hell of an athlete.
Oh, he's
Like, he's just
phenomenal with
all-
the ball in his hands.
He's all around. He's very underrated for how good he is after the catch.
He's been hurt his entire career, but as soon as the ball is in his hands, he's one of the best in the league at getting upfield and getting first downs and stuff.
So do you want to hear my next start wide receiver, or do you got one?
No, go ahead. If you're ready to rock, just keep him firing, man.
I want to hit Brian Thomas Jr. I know that Trevor Lawrence has been kicking me in the balls, but he's definitely emerged as the best. I mean, I don't know, Christian Kirk's there, but he's emerged as like the number one, I think, deep threat on the team, and I think he might number one receiver. Christian Kirk's trying to push for it, but he is great against the zone, and the Colts run a lot of zone. So I think he's again going to be over 10 targets this week. So it's another good game against a weak defense.
Yeah. I think my start this week, I'm going to go ahead and go with the Carolina Panther, actually. I'm going to stay in that game after talking shit on that being falling flat. I think you got to start getting Chubba Hubbard in your lineups,
Okay,
people.
good. I didn't know where you were going on that too.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure you got to get Chubba Hubbard start and get him in your lineups. Since Dalton's got there, the team's been playing a lot better. I think it's time to get him at least in your flex position because he's gone for like 50 fantasy points the last 2 weeks. Stop
I
dicking
can't.
around.
Yeah, I can't disagree with that. I didn't know where you were gonna go on that because I was worried he's not on this list, but like Xavier Legette, I can't put him in for any reason. So I was like, what is he gonna do? Is he gonna go
Yeah.
like a weird Xavier Legette type of thing?
No, no, I'm gonna say Chuba until you get your Jonathan Brooks back, which I don't think it's this week, but um, once he gets back, we'll see what happens with Chuba. But I think moving forward, you got to get him in your lineups.
I can't argue. I'm trying to decide if I want to go one more or this is too much of a risk. Do you got anybody else you want to start before we move to sits?
No, I'm
I
trying
mean,
to
I
think
have
of
people I
matchups out
like.
there.
Like I think Steven should have been one of those ones I don't say out loud, but
I don't have any like specialty positions either. Taysom Hill's back and healthy, so if you got him and you're looking for tight end help, get him in the
which I think
lineup.
that hurts. I had this conversation. Now you say that. So does Taysom Hill hurt Kamara's production?
Absolutely, he's already stolen like 3 touchdowns from inside the 5 yard line.
Right. So
Absolutely hurts Kamara.
I feel like Kamara is one of those ones who, at any given week, he went from a RB1 to a RB2 just because you don't know what that
I
goal
still
line
say,
work's going to be.
yeah, I would say Kamara's still the fringe RB1, but
Right.
he's not going to get you the
He needs
ungodly amount of
yards,
points.
not
Yeah,
tutties.
right.
All right, let's go to
Little sits action. Little sit
six.
action.
Although I'm going to say this though, I do really like Geno Smith against the Giants.
Yeah, I think get
He's number
every
one in.
Seahawk you got in the lineup this week. I think, even though the Giants D's been playing good, I just think it's going to be a railroad of a fucking football game.
Well, and it's funny,
Railroad? What the hell does that even mean?
They're going to railroad. I mean, they're
You know what I meant, but that's a stupid way to say it. Is what I was getting at.
That saying, actually, if you think about it, really doesn't make any sense.
You're
I
going to
mean,
get
it does
railroaded.
make sense, but like, what is that? Like, what is railroading somebody?
I guess
Like
getting ran
cutting
over like
through
a
him like a
train.
mountain and just going right through him, or I don't know.
Just getting ran over by a train. But why don't you just say that instead of railroaded?
True.
Doesn't make any sense.
But no, Geno Smith, he's first in attempts and first in yards this season so far. Not counting Thursday night, obviously. But
Right.
all right,
Just
six.
say with Big Kirko.
Big Kirko, he's a dick.
He's
You know,
gotta
he
be
just
up there
jumped.
now.
MVP. You like that?
Fuck yeah.
All right. I'm gonna go with the first sit, and we're gonna get into the games early. I think with this one, I'm gonna say,
Okay.
and this might be controversial as well, but I'm sitting Jordan Addison. I know he had a good week. I know he
did
had a
have a
good
good
week coming off the injury, but week one before the
Who
injury,
do they play this week?
they're playing in London, and they're playing the goddamn Jets.
Oh yeah. They're playing in London. You could sit all them motherfuckers, except for maybe JJ, and you're gonna have to start him. But I'm sitting everybody over there.
Well, someone's
Him
got to
and
have a
Brees
good
Hall are
week.
the only two guys that I'm sitting or starting out of that game.
Well, as good as Jordan Addison looked, though, he's only had 4 targets in week 1 and week 4.
Yeah, but
So
London
it's not-
games are
No, I'm saying,
stupid.
like-
They're always like fucking 6 defensive touchdowns and like 12 field goals.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Never any good offense over there.
His top amount of targets is 4 targets. So what I'm saying is, if he gets 4 targets in London, his production is going to be way worse.
I agree. Yeah,
So that's what I'm saying. Like, he's not going to, they're not
He
all of a
might
sudden,
even fumble on one of those just for no reason.
if he does, we're coming back to this. All right. So your sit is London. London game.
Just all of the London game, yeah. Except for
I'm putting
Brees
that as
Hall.
your sit.
Yeah.
I'm starting to worry about Brees Hall. A little
too.
bit. A little. I'm not going to say it yet. We're
Me
not there,
too.
but
No,
I'm a little.
you definitely can't panic yet, but
I'm a little concerned about how the offense is run, what Aaron Rodgers wants to happen, and how he can really control the scheme of a game.
correct.
And they're trying. I don't know why, but like Braden Allen's getting a lot of touches, and it's almost like they're trying to push more of a 70-30 committee. So
Yeah, and
I don't know.
Brees
We'll
Hall
see what
lost
happens.
like a lot of his goal line work.
Mm-hmm.
It's gone.
Oh, because Braden Allen is he's a freak. He's a beast.
He's Brandon Jacobs. It's nuts. He's a monster.
But yeah, so I'm starting to get a little bit worried. Obviously, you're still starting. I mean, he's not on the sit radar yet, but I'm gonna get back to it. Since you're sitting London, I'm sitting, and I referenced it before. I'm sitting Zach Moss against the Ravens. I would still start Chase Brown, but I'm sitting Moss against the Ravens because they're the 4th best defense, and Chase Brown's versatility boosts more for him better for him in that game because of the screen passes and the receiving game. Where
Yep.
Zach Moss, I think, is going to be stunted by that defense. So I think he's going to get a higher touch, and I think he has a higher upside this week. So I'm sitting
I like
Zach
it.
Moss in lieu of Chase Brown.
I don't even know who the Steelers are playing this week, but I'm sitting George Pickens just because I'm sick of that guy's fucking attitude.
See, you're sitting in for personal fucking reasons.
Yep, I'm benching George Pickens just because he needs to step the fuck up.
So one of my
He's
starts
not
this
getting
week is
open
George
the way
Pickens.
the way I thought he was going to get open this year. So I'm calling him out, and he's going to be on my bench until further notice.
I mean, they are playing the Cowboys. However, the Cowboys are missing their top two corners, so it might be might be Owen George Pickens.
That's fine.
An apology
I'm
after
still
this.
benching him. He's still got Justin Fields throwing him the ball. So,
quick side note: this is much better on the rocks.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Unneat than when I had it
old
neat.
unneat.
It was just it hit the little bit of the unneat definitely smooths it out a bit.
It's like calling dinosaurs out here.
It's definitely interesting. Do you got another
TikTok
sit for
lied
me?
to
Did you?
us.
You didn't just give me a sit. We went a little bit weird, but give me another sit. Who you? Wait, you did just go with Pickens.
I
Damn
would
it.
sit Trey
No, wait,
Sermon.
you just went Pickens. Trey Sermon.
Yes, I'm
Oh.
sitting Trey Sermon this week for anybody that ran out there and picked him up thinking he's going to save your week. He's
A
not.
lot of people did that.
They're fucking wrong. It's Trey goddamn Sermon.
Alan's in here. Sorry, Alan.
Is
I'm
he in
sorry.
here?
I'm a little bit
Oh,
slow.
shit.
I was sitting here looking at my bottled and bond. What does he says? Yo, what up, man? Cowboys, don't sit him. Agreed.
Nope.
He's smart.
It's fucking well. He's also a huge Cowboys fan, so that should tell you something about my call on George Pickens.
So
like
you
I
got
said,
a
I didn't
huge-
know who he was playing, but I got a fucking vendetta with George Pickens right now until he starts
You
getting
got
open.
a huge Cowboys fan jumping in the chat saying, "Start Pickens." I think you're wrong.
That's my first comment, and it's already like you're a fucking idiot. All right, sounds good.
You're like, I don't want these people in here. Like, I'm not inviting my friends anymore.
Fucking shut the live down. Turn this place
My
into
friends-
a parking lot.
You don't want to invite people to agree with you because you invite people to be controversial. That's the only reason you do it.
Well, Alan's definitely a controversial motherfucker. So
Yeah, I'm a little bit nervous to say my next sit. My next sit. Well, I think I said it, but he's also a little bit banged up as Devin Singletary against the Seahawks. I
Agreed.
think they're going to go pass heavy. So I don't know if I can really even count him as a sit. So I'm just going to skip him and say that I'm sitting Romeo Doubs because we got the Rams. Not like their defense is great, but Reed and John Wick have established themselves as the top two.
I would go a step further and say Dobbs is droppable at this point. If you got Dobbs on your team, you're getting fucked. There's no way you're doing well.
And I wouldn't have thought that he felt to the point of being irrelevant. Now, the injury to Christian Watson might be a little bit – he might get one or two more targets. But I think that benefits Josh Jacobs and
you got
John
Marshawn
Wicks
Lloyd
and
coming.
Reed.
And Marshawn Lloyd's coming back here soon, correct? Or is he done for the year? I think he's coming back.
No, he's not done for the year. He was on IR. Was he? I don't think
So
he's
if
done
you're-
for the year.
And if you're looking for RB help, he might be a stash candidate here in a week or so. I don't know his injury status. I'd have to look before I go saying bullshit like that. But
You shit you not, he was picked up in a couple leagues I'm in like today.
oh really?
So it must have been that they activated his practice window. I'll have to look.
Okay.
I honestly don't know. I forget what my reasoning was about
I know
him
that's
before.
crazy. You must be in some deep leagues because I know he's available in just about every one of mine, and I've been thinking about snatching him up myself.
Do it. Oh, there's the burps. Evan Williams, Bottom and Bond burps.
Fucking Evan Williams.
I don't. It's okay. Keep in mind, it's $18. Like
That's actually true. You're gonna get fucked up on $12.
it's $18. Okay, I get it for the price, but like
You're right. As it gets colder, it's not terrible.
a little bit of water and it gets better. All right. So, do you have another sit at all? I do, and people aren't going to like it.
Off the top of my head,
Go. Yeah, you don't do that often. Go ahead. Give me one off the top of your head.
all the Colts receivers. I don't like them. Get them out of here. Except for
Okay,
maybe Josh Downs.
Nope, you said all. You said, "Oh, it's all or
right.
none." It's an
I'll
all
stick
or
there.
none. Are you
Josh
saying
Downs is the only one getting in the end zone this weekend. Getting rid of all of them. I don't like any of the Colts this week. The only one on the team that's been doing anything is Jonathan Taylor. He's gone. Trey Sermon is Trent Richardson 2.0. They're in trouble.
So he's gonna have one good year.
And it might be this one, and he's going to make
It
me
might
look
be
like an
right now,
asshole.
Your entire sit list might put you on the shit list.
Oh, dude. They're probably all going huge, so I'm going to go make an underdog team with my sit list just to make sure I'm not, at least if I get fucking fucked on this, I'll get some money out of it.
I'm just texting the chat that DK is going to be wrong.
You can't fuck
All right, let me give you. Okay, so I said that before I give you my sit, and
All right.
everybody hates it. He said first comment in the chat was, "I need Downs this week." Patrick Mahomes. I'm sitting Patrick Mahomes. I don't think the Saints are a great defense.
That's okay.
Patrick Mahomes is a great quarterback.
Is
but
he even in the top 10 this year as far as fantasy
That's what I'm
points, QBR, yards?
has
Like, is he
not
top
been-
10 in anything?
He has not been a good fantasy quarterback this year. And
No.
I mean, I feel bad. I feel good about trading him, but it's only obviously 1 year.
Yeah, I wouldn't. You don't feel good about who you got in return, but
No, not anymore. But he's quarterback fantasy wise in the league that we use for our reference point. He's 16.
yeah, that's
And-
fucking barely QB2.
I just
Status.
don't. Rice is gone. They're going to double cover Kelsey, and I think you're going to get.
Do you double cover Kelsey? Because he's fat and slow these days. You might be able to just.
That's true. Well, everybody should write Swift on the back of their jersey so like he gets emotional and confused when running
who are they
routes.
playing? Who the Chiefs play?
The Saints.
Saints. I'm actually taking the Saints in that game this week.
It's actually not a bad idea, but I I think it turns into a run game, and I think you're going to see Worthy
I do
get a
like
lot
Kareem Hunt.
of like end arounds and stuff. So you're going to get a lot of yardage that way. He's going to
Yeah.
get some passes, but I feel like it's going to be one of those like 218 yards for Mahomes, one
Yeah,
touchdown.
I wouldn't guess because now he's going to throw like 6 deep ones and go for
No,
like
we'll see.
400.
218, one touchdown, maybe 2 touchdowns on the high end. We'll
Any
see.
turnovers?
No.
No. Ooh, clean one.
Clean, but just they're gonna be turnovers, but it's gonna be on the ground. That's
Yeah, like-
my call.
I gotcha. All right.
All right, let's get to the pick'ems because it hurt a little bit, but we might as well do this. Fuck Trevor Lawrence, but
I was
I didn't-
waiting for you to get to that one.
I lost some ground, but I didn't lose that much ground. So
That's fine.
it was I scored 53.86 to your 69. Say it.
Giggity.
And that brings I knew you'd be good for it. That brings our totals to 230.18 for me to 251.58 to you. It is
No, it's
still
not bad.
close.
Yeah, finally. Actually, we got a good one this year.
It is still close. So you won the week, so you get to go first.
That's not good. I'm taking.
I love that. I love being able to see the chat.
Oh man.
Alan said I'll win pick'em this week. So Alan, in the chat, give 3 players.
You need one quarterback,
One-
one wide receiver, and one running back.
Yeah,
You
and
wanna-
it can't be top 2 because you haven't used people yet. I mean, they can't be top 2 like ranking, week point ranking. Go.
So go ahead and give me Jamar Chase this week.
Jamar Chase, you're starting with Jamar Chase.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Wanting the comeback for Todd. Chase.
Yep.
Well, I'm jumping right into quarterback, and I am going with Jamar Chase. Really?
Yeah, why not? He's the
No.
only one that's going to do anything on that team this week.
They're playing the Ravens. Yeah, I know. You're
The only
right.
way to play the Ravens is to throw the ball.
It's through
You're
the
not
air.
running against
No,
them.
you're good. You're right. I don't hate that. Now that I think about it, yeah. I was thinking the Bengals are playing a tough defense, but no, I think through
And
the
this
air.
is what's going to happen in the Ravens game. They're going to come out. Derrick Henry's going to probably score 3 touchdowns in the first quarter. They're not going to run the ball the rest of the game. And the Bengals are going to come back for no fucking reason. And then the
Make it a
Ravens
game.
will lose in the last
Yeah,
2 minutes of the game.
So I'm not gonna lie. I'm in a pick'em league, and it's down narrow, and I took the Bengals this week.
Did you take the Bengals? That's not
It's-
a bad pick. I just
It's
thought
a
the
risk,
Ravens
but I
were
was like,
playing
they're
pretty
not
good.
gonna lose again. I can't. All right. I'm
No,
gonna
they
go
have to win this week.
I'm gonna go quarterback, and I'm taking my start. I'm taking Geno Smith this week.
I like it.
I feel like I have to.
I like it.
All right, DK, give me another one of your players.
Player.
I can't wait. He's taken Dak, Deontay Johnson, and K9.
Ooh, dude, K9 was. I can't go
I gotta
K9
write
now. I was thinking about going K9.
You can. You can't. Oh no,
No,
you can't. No, he's
no,
cock blocked you.
It's
You
fine.
can't
I
double
wasn't
up.
gonna. No, I wouldn't go K9 anyway.
See, this is no. What Alan's doing is actually perfect. And a real quick 2-second side note is we want to do a viewer versus host team. We want to
Right.
have that third team that each week we have a different viewer pick the team.
That would be nice.
That way, if they win, then we both have to do the punishment.
That would be fun. I like it.
Next year, we're doing that. Alan, tell your friends, which that's us, but other people other than us.
Either way, he doesn't have friends.
All right, go. If he leaves the fucking chat after you say shit like that, I'm gonna punch you. All right, you're up. You tell me. Go.
James Cook. Let's go James Cook this week. Are the Bills on? Are they on a bye?
No, the Bills are not on a bye.
No, right? They're good.
James
We're into bye weeks now, and it is just messing with me. I don't remember who's on a bye.
No, it's a good pick. It's the Eagles, Titans, Chargers, Lions this week. All right. Ooh, I like
change
this.
my wide receiver. I want to change my wide receiver.
No, you cannot change your wide receiver.
I forgot who I actually wanted to take, but go ahead.
Revenge game from Houston. That's funny. Who would you have taken? Just tell me.
You haven't
If you
taken your wide
change it.
receiver yet.
If you change it, tell me. I have 2 written down. It'll be one of those. All right.
No,
I'm taking. Go ahead.
I was going to take Tyreek Hill instead because he needs a comeback game.
No, it was neither of them. I'm between. I'm gonna take. Dontavian Wicks. That's what I'm taking this week.
Oh, you sat Dubes. No wonder you fucking dislike Don Dobbs.
No,
I hope
but
Dobbs
I
goes
wasn't
for
gonna do. I was
four
between
touchdowns
him.
this week.
I was between him and Amari Cooper, but I'm taking Dontavian Wicks. Dontavian John Wick. I don't know.
Dontavian.
I like him.
John.
Everyone thinks Reed's the guy there, and I think he is, but I think Wicks gets that big play number 2 option.
I'm with it. I don't hate it. Means I'm going to win this week. I have to come up with a quarterback, don't I?
You do.
Fuck.
No, I don't want to. I'm not that type of girl.
I already used Josh Allen.
You did. You should pick Patrick.
Who did you
Mahomes
say was
just to
playing
be a
the?
dick.
Who did you say was playing the Cowboys?
You're sit the Steelers.
Yeah. All right. Give me Justin Fields then.
You are not taking Fields. Are you just doing this to screw with Allen?
Yeah. Actually, no. I'm doing it just because I don't know what I'm doing.
Yes, you do. All right. I'm going quick with this one because I don't know if I don't think that his job is in complete jeopardy, and I don't think Nick Chubb is going to be what he ever was. I think he's more committee, but I'm going to take Jerome Ford in one of the last weeks. You're going to get to use Jerome Ford in a
I don't hate it, but I don't
role.
think I'm ever going to use Jerome Ford, so go with it.
Dude, that has gotten me some. Jerome Ford has done really well for me. Actually, last year I picked him up, and he's part of the reason I won 2 leagues because I picked him up and I started him for the last 4 weeks of the season, and it ended up winning me 2 leagues.
Yeah, definitely.
So you're going with Fields, Cook, Chase. I'm going with Geno Smith, Ford, and Dontavian John Wick. All right, let's rate this. Evan Williams, bottle and bond, 100 proof whiskey, bourbon. Damn it, fuck, I don't know. This stuff is okay. So this is honestly, this is all over TikTok, and you get you get a lot of good reviews as for on a cost analysis what it is for what it costs. You're getting a bottle and bond 100 proof whiskey.
I don't know if you can see that, but there's like this film that like is on. I don't know what. If somebody came down here and jizzed in my glass or something.
Alan just said, "Hey, who won our dynasty league last year?"
Some fucking douchebag.
Dustin jizzed in his glass.
Because I jizzed in my glass. All right.
All right. So I'll say this. We're trying to take cost out of it, which makes this really hard.
We're putting it back in after this one.
We really are with the price, but like it drinks better than $17. On the rocks. Straight, it's just not like
Yeah, because when you get down there, you're thinking plastic bottle, bankers club type shit.
Well, yeah, with the other $20 bourbons, I would say that as far as $20 bourbons go, it is definitely the one I would go to.
There's a good thing about it though, because it does burn, and then it just takes away all the smell. Because I can't smell shit right now, like I got COVID or something.
The burn doesn't really linger though for me.
No, there isn't really a whole lot of burn. It's just more of the aftertaste that gets me.
And you know the one thing, one of my big things is I hate when you get a lingering heavy burn taste.
And it's gross, yeah.
I said we should want his advice. We do want your advice, but I want you to do bad so I get an early draft pick. Are we rating it taking cost out of the equation 100%?
Yeah,
that's the question,
right?
You have.
Well, didn't we say we were gonna like categorize them then based
No,
on?
we're doing taste and drinkability. Like how easy is it to drink and what does it taste like?
So then does a bourbon like this get a boost because it's cheaper or no?
If we're taking cost out of it, we have to rate it strictly on what it is.
Okay, I like it. So then maybe we just put the price if we ever do a list at some point next to it, depending on where it ranks.
It hits real hard right away.
Oh man, dude,
real hard right away. I gotta say, all right, I'm gonna go drinkability first.
I feel like
go ahead. You gonna beat me to it?
Sorry, I'm gonna give you.
Fine with that.
No, you go ahead. But I'm just gonna say I feel like this is the one that like if you got at the bar and you were already like hammered drunk, you wouldn't care that somebody handed this to you. But it's not one you want to start with.
What I say, drinkability. Drinkability is a
58, 60.
No, I like like it doesn't taste bad. It's not it's a harder drink. But if
it feels like it needs something with it.
Like I taste it on my palate. I actually do taste a little like oaky, like a wood taste to it.
It has some very good bourbon flavors for sure.
And it is kind of like creamy and smooth, but it's just really hard to drink. So my drinkability is like it's like a 57.
Yeah, I was with you. I was saying like yeah, let's go with that 57 because I was thinking 60, but
so we got 257s is what you're saying.
Yeah, or even lower. I don't. Yeah,
now
let's go 57.
taste. Now taste. I don't think it tastes bad. I think the taste is good. Now, is it going to compare with like the?
I think the taste. I'm going to give it a 60 on the nose.
I would have gone higher on taste. So, but I would.
I don't get all of the cool like. I'm so glad we did this one because, like, now I understand the couple of the
why
higher
you spend
end
money
ones,
on bourbon.
The flavors are so much different. It's crazy.
Oh shit! What is he saying? If you
was Alan talking shit again?
He says if you had here's a question we got from the chat. If you had Saquon, Montgomery, Pollard on a bye and lost Pacheco, week 2, who you picking up in a 12-man competitive league? If you had Saquon,
12-man?
If you had Saquon, Montgomery, and Pollard on a bye and lost Pacheco, week 2.
Maybe an Alexander Madison still out there would be my guess. Would go out and try and snag in a 12-team. Probably taken already in a 12-team league.
He said he picked up McNichols, Akers, and McLaughlin.
I like Jaleel this week the best out of those three options.
I like him this week, and I like him moving forward.
Yeah,
I think he's
been
got the
getting
best
touches.
timeshare.
His efficiency's finally starting to go up where you want it back into that 5 yards per carry area with his scat back type skill set.
Right, and
Um,
Akers has not been doing shit with his opportunity.
No, that's going to be C.J. Stroud balling out all day long. Akers might sneak in the end zone and make us look like an idiot, but I don't
he
I don't
picked
like
up
his.
those. Who do you? Well, Zamir White is not playing this week,
That makes
and
Madison
neither is
a
Tay. So
beast.
if Madison's out there, get him
If this
right
is
now.
a flex play, Trey Tucker might be available. No, it's not because he's been losing all those running backs.
Trey
Anyway.
Tucker might be available, but he needs a running back. If Madison's there, you pick him up 100%.
Yeah,
Trey
that's the play.
Trey Sermon, if he's out there in a 12-man league, if he's out there, you pick him up.
12
Yeah,
teams, you're gonna have to play him because he's gonna get volume, and volume is key.
It's
All right.
and like he said, it's a one-time start, so pick him up. Or what's the other dude? Honestly, the other dude for Indy, the guy behind Trey Sermon. Give me a second.
Evan.
I know this.
Oh my God, so do I. I used to
No, you
have him
don't.
on my roster in my dynasty team.
Goodson.
What? No, who's the white boy there? Is he still on IR?
No, it's Tyler Goodson. He's the number 3.
Okay.
So Tyler Goodson, because he might actually.
Who's the white boy from Northwestern that was in Indy? Is he not there anymore? He was a rookie last
Alan
year.
said Goodson. No, it's Goodson. Goodson's the number 3 there. I think if Trey Sermon doesn't, I don't think they're going to say, hey, Trey Sermon, it's your backfield. So I think Goodson's going to get touches, and if he outperforms him, he might be a nice sleeper flex at running back.
Okay. That one, yeah, that's a good call there. You nail that one, dude. We're fucking clipping that shit.
Dude, if he goes off, I'm going to feel real good about it. And I'll be like, all right, Alan, you can pick one card
Does
from
your
my
balls
collection and
hang
keep
low?
it.
Do they dangle to the flow?
All right, so we both are 57 for drinkability, and taste, you said a 60?
I'm at a solid 60, yeah.
I'm going to go a little bit higher. I'm going to say a 62
Okay.
at taste because I do actually like it. I hope you have a calculator out. Don't put it on your screen because that's behind you. I don't want to math right now. 57 plus 60 plus 62 equals 625 divided by 4.
Probably like a 59.4.
It's a 59 even.
Is it 59 on the dot?
59 on the dot.
I just threw
He
out
said
0.4 to
did
make
you
it
not-
sound like I was smart.
So, Alan, before we sign off, so 59, you are smart. Before we sign off, are Sermon and Goodson both gone in your 12-man league? If you're still here, please answer that question.
Either way, we're
Because now I want to know who I'm picking. Jesus.
Okay, so the Evan Williams, it hits pretty hard because I haven't drank all day and I'm buzzed right now. That's one episode, 3 fingers.
Oh, actually,
And I meant the bourbon, you dirty
Eric Gray,
sons of bitches.
Eric
That's
Gray
him.
or Justice Hill, I would say, but
No. Who's the white boy from Indy?
nobody fucking knows.
I'm looking it up. We're bringing this
Oh,
back.
I would get Goodson because he said Goodson available because I would get Goodson, Justice Hill, and that actually in that game that might not be terrible against
I don't hate
Cincinnati.
Justice Hill. Yeah, I don't hate Justice
He
Hill.
might
He had
pick
a
up.
great
He
game
might
last
pick
game.
up a screen touchdown.
Mm,
I think they're
Screen
both
touchdown.
equally risky. But Eric Gray, if Singletary doesn't play, which there's a chance he's not going to play,
Is
it's going to be
Tracy out too?
Tyrone. What's going to be Tyrone Tracy Jr. and Eric Gray, and they're saying that Tyrone Tracy's the clear number 2, but there's a chance
He's
Eric
been
Gray.
banged up too, though, so you never
Yeah,
know.
Eric Gray might get the goal line work, and he might be good for a touchdown.
No, they kicked like 12 field goals last week. There ain't no way
Yeah,
they're
I know.
scoring another.
And nobody
No.
has their kicker. But I'm saying Eric Gray might get a goal line touchdown in that game. Get you something. What's he got?
I'm not starting a giant.
Oh, we got a bunch. We got a bunch going on here.
Let's just put it this way: I'm not starting a New York Giants running
You-
back as a dart throw. There's
Wait.
no chance.
Wasted a bunch of free agent money on Steele. Yeah, I could have told you not to do that.
Yeah.
That's
Carson
why I didn't
Steele.
put any money in there.
The moment Kareem Hunt stepped into that locker room, he
Help
went,
taking
fuck.
Evan Hall, got you killer.
Evan Hall? No, that's not it.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
there's
is.
Evan Hall.
Evan
Goodson
Hall
is
from
available.
Indy, right?
Evan Hall's taken,
Okay.
and then I got you, Killer.
I think
I
Evan
take
Hall's the dude. I think
I
he's
take
better than Trey Sermon, personally.
I think it's Justice Hill, Goodson are my top two if they're
Yeah,
available.
that's the two
If
I would go with.
Samaj P. Ryan's available, get him. He's probably not. If not, then I go down to like an Eric Gray or Clyde Edwards-Helaire. I don't know coming back from an injury how much they'll use him, but without Rice, Clyde Edwards-Helaire might be a really weird risk-reward flex
I
play.
think Kareem Hunt just was like 8 yards per carry again or some stupid shit. That's what it felt like anyway. That dude looked good, so I think he's getting the rock this weekend. It's just
He
me.
might. All right. We got to end this. We got a 59 on the Evan Williams bottle and bond for 1907 with tax. It's not horrible. It's
No.
not that bad.
If price is in your major consideration when you're
Brian
picking
Robinson
your
didn't
bourbon,
practice today. Sorry. Go ahead.
the running back?
Yeah.
Ooh, that makes Eckler a possible beast, right?
Oh, yeah. Yesterday. He said, don't know about today. Later,
Oh.
Alan. All right. Say what you were saying about the Evan Williams.
I was
The
saying
chat's
that
get me.
if the price, yeah, I know you got to get better at reading the chat and stop cutting me off when you're reading it. But no, the Evan Williams, if the price is in your consideration, I know I made a lot of faces and made it seem like it was worse than I think it actually is. Forgive me that we've only been drinking higher end shit on this channel, so haven't had too many of the lower end variety. But this one wasn't bad. It was definitely good.
For less than 20, go pick it up. If you're new to bourbon, you're not going to like it. It is too harsh. Never recommend this to a newbie. That's all I got to say.
No, if this is like you're on TikTok and you're like, oh, I'll start with this one.
No, just start a bourbon.
No, you need to start with your Penelope, the one that we did earlier on the show, or your Puncher's Chance. Those are some good ones to start with. You're not starting with Evan Williams. That's for goddamn sure.
Side note, chats are going to slow our episodes down, but I fucking like it.
It adds to it. I like the questions flying at us. It's better content than I can provide anyway.
All right,
He has to tune in next week, though, for it to count.
He will.
Puganuga.
Puganuga.